Property management is a lot like taking care of these old cars. It takes time, care, and maintenance to keep them in good condition. Hi, my name is Wayne Metz, owner of Select One Realty Property Management Services. Even though I possess the skills necessary to restore classics like these, I don't have the time to do so. Therefore, rather than giving up my hobby, I hire professionals to assist me. That way I can enjoy the benefits of owning the old cars without the headaches.
All finished, Mr. Metz.
Well, thanks, Jason. You've been given a copy of this film because we would like to manage your investment property for you. However, we know to make a decision, you need to know some information about us first. In order to accomplish this, we will explain who we are and what we do. You will hear testimonials from some of our clients and associates. Hopefully, after acquiring this knowledge, you will conclude, as so many others have, that Select One Realty Property Management Services is the company to professionally manage your property for you. We know that this will be the best decision you've ever made.
My wife and I moved out of our residence into our current home. She decided she wanted to rent the house rather than sell it because the market was a little bit soft. And so we rented it for 5 years, and it was a terrible experience. You know, we had the renters from hell. You know, we had to threaten them with eviction 3 or 4 times, and then finally they just split in the middle of the night, owing us a bunch of rent money, and they damaged the house and everything. And so I said, well, that's it. I said, we're going to find a property management company. And so we went to a real estate agent that we knew, and she recommended Select One, and Wayne in particular. And so we went up and met with him. He was a real nice, personable guy. He just really impressed us, and he's familiar with the area and everything. And we said, well, great, So we established a relationship with him. I guess it was about 7 years ago, and it's been just wonderful. The tension in our married life went away because we didn't have to deal with it anymore. And if there's any problems, Wayne would contact us, and then he would find the contractor to fix whatever the problem was. And it's just worked out really well. It's just been great.
I've known Wayne for a long time, and he's been in the property management business for quite a while. And I just managed my own, and not too successfully. I'm not firm enough. If somebody doesn't pay the rent, I don't necessarily make a phone call the first day it's due to say, what's going on. I don't, and then I'd get an excuse, or I'd get a story, or I'd take a vacation. And I ended up in a couple of cases with people leaving owing 4 and 5 months rent. And of course, that didn't make my wife very happy. You're not staying on top of this. You're not staying on top of it. And I kept saying, I can do it. I don't need to pay a fee. I can do this. Well, I don't know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we just said, okay, Wayne, we're going to turn this over to you. And it's been just fantastic.
First and foremost, Wayne Metz is absolutely honest. I would trust him with anything that I have. He is a great guy, and he's an honest man. And that's extremely important because obviously in any kind of a professional relationship, and obviously now he's a friend, but starting out as a professional relationship, it's important that you be able to rely on somebody's integrity and honesty. And that was first and foremost, and that has always been the case in every transaction that I have ever known Wayne to be involved with. And so that's very important. Second of all, Wayne is a people person, and he cares about people, and he wants to make sure that he does the right thing. And that is probably second to honesty and integrity, the most important traits that you can find in a real estate professional. Because when somebody wants to do the right thing, and they spend the time and the commitment, and they make that commitment to do the right thing, it's always going to come out for the benefit of the client.
To us, full-service property management means marketing your property. This includes placing classified ads, yard signs, broker referrals, internet, tenant referrals, using the multiple listing service, and yellow page ads. Making sure the applicant checks out. This includes a credit check, verification of employment to confirm that they work where they say they do and they make the amount of funds that they say they make, confirmation of residential history, lease interview, explaining rules and regulations. Very importantly is performing at the move-in inspection, negotiating the security deposit, and searching records for any unlawful detainers. Managing the tenant, and this is the toughest job. This includes lease enforcement, rent collection, recovering bounce checks, dealing with pet problems, neighbor complaints, early termination notices, and evictions. Managing the property. This includes taking care of all maintenance requests, annual inspections, lease renewal inspections, all scheduled maintenance or preventive maintenance, managing emergencies, move-out inspections, renovation estimates, and insurance claims.
When I first started coming to NARPM, Wayne was already in NARPM, and he was one of the people that was providing the workshops. And although Wayne may not be one of those really flashy individuals that's in front of people, I know that if I ask him to do something, he's going to be there. I know that if I give him a phone call, then I'm going to get an answer that would really help me in my business. And he's just a really good person to know.
I would say number one, his association with NARPM. We have standards of professionalism and a code of ethics that we abide by that is very stringent. And I have found Wayne Metz over the years that I've known him to be a very high moral fiber and also a stickler for details, and someone who I know if I had a piece of property myself in the areas that he managed property, I would definitely consider using him as my professional property manager. He's earned his designation, he's done expert panels, he's led workshops. As far as I'm concerned, he's very eminently qualified to handle your property.
In dealing with our day-to-day, if we had more agents like Wayne, it'd probably make our job 10 times easier. Because he just helps his clients. He doesn't throw them in here at the last minute. I personally have dealt with a property manager on our property in San Diego. And when you're interviewing property managers, you always want them to know the area, and you're hoping they're an agent too, so that if you ever decide to sell it, they can just continue from the management job into the selling job. And that's something Wayne has because he does both.
Our goal is to maintain, protect, and enhance your property values. Select One Realty is a professional, highly experienced, full-service real estate and property management company. Our experience has proven that thoroughly investigating applicants is the key to selecting the right people and reducing your risks.
A lot of tenants know that owners aren't as savvy as property managers, so they're apt to take a little bit advantage of the owner, and they may try something. And as a professional property manager, we already know, we've been there, done that. We've learned from the other professionals in our industry. So yeah, I think that the mom-and-pop type property manager is in a disadvantage now, and thanks to our legislative issues for sure. But I think that also, when you hire a professional, you're hiring them for their expertise.
I tell people all the time that, I could go out and show houses and I could probably fill out a contract. And, and that's why, somebody's mother-in-law or somebody's friend who's just breaking into the business can go do that. But when you have a problem, when something goes wrong, or the title company has made a mistake, or there's some kind of a problem with the loan documents, and you need somebody who knows how to solve those problems, then you want somebody like Wayne. Because Wayne can solve any kind of a problem. If it's solvable, he can solve it.
Wayne in the past has managed many homeowners associations, and when they needed legal counsel, he referred them to me, and so I worked with Wayne in resolving problems that they may have had involving potentially damaging situations involving construction defects or problems with contracts that they may have had with other people. Wayne is really good about working with people in terms of listing their homes and selling them and doing a good job in following through. And he also has a lot of contacts and resources, which I think are very important in helping people to prepare their homes for sale, to get them on the market. And Wayne is willing to put in the extra time and effort to help to close those kinds of transactions that are problematic. And so it's always been a real pleasure to work with Wayne.
There are clear advantages for choosing Select One Realty Property Management. Select One Realty Property Management has been managing properties for well over 14 years. With 4 full-time staff plus our leasing agents, creates over 103 years of combined property management experience. We currently manage over 250 properties in Contra Costa County. Our real estate agents are all California state licensed, and our staff is bonded and insured. Over 8,000 tenants have gone through our program. Our clients all receive computer-generated monthly cash flow statements. We maintain a 24-hour 1-800 rental information hotline for customers outside California. We provide automatic deposits of owner disbursements. We have regular walk-through inspections, a tenant guarantee program, and tough leases. We have a proven successful lease purchase program. We're highly accomplished with tax-free exchanges. We provide our clients with a newsletter and computerized year-end tax reporting. Finally, we are one of the very few property management companies throughout the country that offers an eviction protection program for our clients.
This is Wayne's business. Wayne is a professional property manager, and Wayne has the disposition and also the understanding and knowledge and education to be able to deal with property management. It's not an easy thing to do, and I think it takes a special kind of person to be able to do it, because you have to be willing to field all of those calls from tenants, and you also have to be willing to deal with owners and to make sure that they're happy and satisfied with the service that you provide. And Wayne is 100% committed to making sure that that happens.
It takes a load off of me, because I don't have time to take off from work to do this kind of stuff myself, and so it's really nice having somebody like Wayne out there working for you.
I'm sure there's been some real estate deals where he's made $2 an hour because of all the time he's spent on stuff that wasn't necessarily related to the deal, but he got involved with helping the people who were in the transaction. And sometimes, often, they're not even his clients. They're the other agent's client that he's helping not only make the deal work, but get on with their life. And so that makes him kind of special.
Well, Wayne's the type of person, if you were stranded on a freeway at midnight and you couldn't get a tow truck, you couldn't get somebody to come get you, you called him, he'd be there in 10 minutes or however long it took to get there. And you wouldn't feel bad with calling him because you know that he really cares.
Yeah, he is a good friend, but he's trustworthy, and that's the important thing I want to get across, because I certainly trust Wayne, and I hope that when people hear this conversation that they will have the understanding that they have the ability to trust him to do a good job and to be a good man.
Let me end by saying this. If you're tired of the headaches of handling your own rental property, there is an alternative. Let Select One Realty Property Management Services handle your property for you. In that way, you can sit back, relax, and let us take the headaches out of managing your property. Thank you for viewing this film. My professional team and I look forward to hearing from you soon.